Hey guys, it's Kelly Ann and it is December 15th. Welcome to day 15 of Vlogmas. I know that I missed yesterday and I really didn't mean to. So basically what happened was I posted Saturday and I did crochet more Saturday night a little bit and a little bit Sunday morning whenever I woke up. And I had that to record and to post for you guys, and my intention was to crochet more Sunday night for Monday. And so I posted Sunday, but I didn't post yesterday because Sunday was my grandmother's birthday and she started not feeling very good with her arthritis. So Saturday night, like late Saturday night, all the way through Sunday, we got a really bad series of storms. They came in waves. So Sunday we ran a bunch of errands, and throughout running errands, it went in and out of pouring rain to hardly anything. And the creeks near where I lived almost like left their banks. We got a lot of rain. And that was between maybe like 9:30 in the morning to about 4:30 p.m. That evening, around 5 or 5:30, really heavy winds came in. And anyways, the barometric pressure and all that kind of stuff, she has really bad arthritis. And whenever that kind of stuff happens, like seemingly out of nowhere, and like the temperature drops about 20 degrees, her arthritis acts up really bad. And her whole right arm, which arm? This arm. Yes, her whole right arm completely like seized up. She couldn't move it. It was very sensitive to the touch and all of that kind of stuff. So whenever we went and saw her, like around lunchtime on Sunday, it was bothering her, but she was like, it's not that bad. We offered to take her to the doctor and she was like, it's fine. And then closer to 5 p.m., she asked if after my appointment Monday morning, I could take her to the doctor to get a shot to help with it because it was really stiff and it was hard to do things and she was in a lot of pain. And I said, yes, of course. And we asked, if you need to go sooner, let's take you somewhere now. And so then by 7:30, she didn't want to be at home by herself throughout the evening. So I very quickly made an overnight bag, like what I would need to take to my doctor's appointment in the morning. And I did bring my crocheting, but I didn't get to do any of it. I got to her house around 8:15 or so because I stopped to pick something up to eat really quick. And anyways, long story short, I got there, I ate. Every like 20 or so minutes, she needed help like adjusting the pillows or moving or getting up, going to the bathroom, and then like getting back into her chair. And she slept in her recliner. The only other chair in the living room other than like straight upright chairs like that one is a little pink chair, like an old school vintage-ish looking pink chair, which is comfortable, but not for sleeping. And so, anyways, every time I got semi-comfortable and kind of started falling asleep, I got woken up either by the dog randomly coming into the room and barking because her dog pretty much hates everybody except for her. And like my aunt, and that's a very small list of the people that dog knows. So, anyways, or the dog needed to go outside, but she wouldn't go outside because, like I said, this dog won't do anything for anyone other than my grandmother and my aunt. So I would have to open up the door and like chase her in a circle around the house to get her to go outside on her own. And anyways, so it was just a night. I didn't get much sleep, which is fine. But I also didn't craft because I knew I wasn't going to get a whole lot of sleep. So every opportunity that I had to get a little bit of a cat nap in, I took it. So I didn't craft at all. I actually put on a playlist of ASMR videos really, really, really low and basically let my iPad die because it helped get me relaxed quicker every time that I got woken up. So then I went to my appointment, came back, took her to the doctor to get the shot. By the time we got back to her house, about 30 minutes after her getting the shot, she could move her arm again. It was starting to feel better. And I think by the evening, she was able to fully use it again, except it was just like a little sore from being stiff for so long. So that's kind of the gist of what happened. And whenever I got back into town, because after I dropped her back off, my dad met us up at her house to make sure that everything was good. Like, he left work to come meet us. He just somehow happened to get there at the exact same time that we were pulling into the driveway. It was kind of like serendipity type thing. And he helped me load up my car and head out. And I had like an hour and a half-ish, hour and 45-minute drive back to my house. I got home, ate something really fast, and then I passed out for almost like 3 hours. I was so tired. So I actually did get to sleep some yesterday, which is why I just didn't record. My friend came by to like see how I was, and we hung out for a little bit. And then whenever she left, I passed out again. So if you're wondering where I was yesterday, that's kind of it in a nutshell. A little bit bigger than a nutshell, maybe like a walnut shell, but you know what I mean. Everything is fine. Grandmother's fine. I'm fine. It's just what happens, right? She turned 88 on Sunday, and if you have really bad arthritis, the weather can affect it in a really dramatic way. And so I'm really, really thankful that I was in town and was able to stay the night with her and help. If I wouldn't have been there, obviously my dad would have gone, but it just worked out. So that's why no video yesterday. I was just too tired to honestly make one. I probably could have, but it just wasn't happening. So I also want to say a really big thank you to Linda and Bridget for helping me out with these slippers, because this is the wrong type of square for the bottom of the slipper. The top 3 squares are traditional granny squares. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably pull this to the point that one of the 3 smaller ones needs to be, finish it off, and then I will start this one over again. And I forget what it is called. It's like a round granny square. Somebody correct me. But it's a little bit, it starts off the same, but it ends up going from like a square to kind of like a rounded square. I don't want to call it like, it's not an oval, but like it's a little bit more rounded, so that way it makes like that hug around the sides of your foot. So thank y'all so much for helping me out with that. I was sent YouTube tutorials on how to do it and stuff. So I'm going to attempt to figure out how to make it via a YouTube tutorial. So I'm not going to completely lose the progress on this. I think I have to just take it down to maybe like this row right here, or possibly the one right above that. I need to kind of like hold it up against one of the other ones, but I can pretty much unravel a big chunk of this. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Also, I think I talked about it in the corners. I just made it 1 chain. So it cinched up some of those like holes, which I like the look of it a whole lot more. But anyways, you can kind of see, like, I followed how my grandmother did it. She would do one in between all of them until you get to the corners. But I need to make the bottoms the appropriate square. So I'm not going to lose this one completely. Like I said, I'm just going to pull it, close this one off, and then I'm probably going to do the 6 smaller squares because I can get them done faster. And then teach myself via the YouTube videos that I was sent how to do that rounded granny square. But that is the bottom square. It is a little bit different. It's not a completely traditional granny square. So I need to teach myself how to do that. But I am loving how this is working up, and I think that Jackie is really going to like it. So there's that. And last night, while I was awake in between my nap and actually going to sleep, which let me tell you, last night's sleep was amazing. I got just over 7 hours, which for me is kind of unheard of. I also, because I took such a long nap, had a hard time falling asleep. And I think I finally fell asleep like right before 11. So, and I woke up right around 6:45, 7-ish. So I got a fair amount of sleep because obviously there's like some up and down time. But last night I worked a little bit more on the Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread Minty and Mary and Minty Sal, the free Sal that she did this last week. And Heather did leave a comment on my last 2 videos ago. Last time I showed this. So it's not a 16 count. She said that it is a 20 count and it did come from 123 Stitch. So if you are looking for this really cute, like lighter blue colored polka dotted fabric, it is a 20 count. It's so tiny. But I have part of the little Rudolph right here, but I wanted to go ahead and get started on the Christmas tree. And so, yeah. The 4th part, though, the lights are French knots, and we know that I cannot do French knots. I've tried. I don't like to use the word can't. I'm not a big fan of saying can't, but French knots is something that I will say I cannot do. I've told y'all the story before. My mom tried teaching me from like the age of 4 all the way up till she passed away. My embroidery bee friends have tried teaching me. I've watched tutorials. I've tried so many times on Aida, linen, embroidery fabric, like just straight up cotton and like muslin. I cannot do them. If my life literally depended on making a French knot, I'm calling it quits. So I've got to figure out how to fudge the lights a little bit. The light strand from part 4. I might try and like find some beads or something. That might be really cute. So if y'all have any ideas of what I could do, because I'm so close to getting to the lights. But if you have any ideas, please leave them below. But I'm thinking either I'll just finagle where they're at on the pattern and just make them solid squares, or possibly use like little seed beads. So we'll see. Anyways, this is where I'm at with Mary and Minty from With Thy Needle and Thread. And again, the link is in her Instagram and on her business Facebook page. It's super cute pattern. She released a new part every other day. So the whole thing was released within a week. It's really cute. And Potter is in here with us. Where is he at? Right there. Hey, bud. How are you? We had a really good weekend at my dad's. I've put some footage. I don't know where Stella is. She was like running up and down the hallway and now she's gotten quiet. I think she's in the living room, possibly eating. I'm not really sure. Anyways, I didn't have to lock her up the entire time. She was really well behaved. And she did like use her claws to climb up some of the furniture to like sleep and stuff. And my dad didn't seem to be very mad about it. He actually thought it was kind of cute. So I'm very thankful that my dad wasn't mad. But it's also because she weighs like literally 20 ounces. So 1 pound, 4 ounces. So her weight right now isn't heavy enough to like pull. So maybe that's why he wasn't very mad, but he thoroughly enjoyed having her at the house again. He thinks it's the funniest thing, the way that she like runs and jumps and does all of her things right now, being so tiny. It's been, the last kitten that we had in the house was Gizmo, and I got her in the summer of 2000, and she was maybe 2.5 months old. So just a little bit older than what Stella is right now. Potter I got whenever he was 7 months old. So he was not full size, because Maine Coons don't reach full size until about 2 years old to 2.5. But he was way bigger, okay? Like, he was already the same size as Gizmo whenever he was 7 months old. Stella is super tiny still, and she's like discovering everything for the first time, and it's really adorable. And she's, you know, like figuring out that we don't mess with cords. That's been a really fun one to try and break. Anyways, I'm still breaking Potter of that one. Never loved cords until this last year. I don't know what it is. Anyways, so he thought that it was really fun. He really enjoyed having her. And so, anyways, they had a good time. They spent a lot of time together. They spent a lot of time not together. So they're learning how to be somewhat independent, but also still dependent on each other. And I am, as of this weekend, getting more independent cuddle time from both of them, which is really, really, really awesome. Like, Potter went out of his way over the weekend to approach me for some private cuddle time, and he did that again today. So I think we're starting to establish they are starting to establish their boundaries of, this is how much time we spend together and this is how much time we spend apart. And I feel like she is on her way to go say hi to her brother. Go on. Oh, she's trying to be sneaky. She thinks that she's such a jungle cat. It's the cutest thing. I wish I could zoom y'all in, but I can't do it without ending the video and splicing it. And I really just don't want to. Hey, leave that alone. Okay, well, they can be in the background. Okay, so one thing that I did on my lunch break today was I started a new stitch. I've been talking about how I wanted to start this, and I wanted to start it back in November, and I didn't get around to it. So I started it today. It's Heartstring Sampley's American Eagle. Now, I know that this is like a reproduction, I believe, maybe. No, it's an original design. I don't know who Phoebe Allen is. It's an original design from Beth. I don't know who Phoebe Allen is, but what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put the Phoebe Allen. I'm just going to move the 1776 to the center underneath his tail. And I don't know if I want to do the borders or not. I'm just not really sure. I don't know. Do y'all have thoughts on it? I'm not going to do the Phoebe Allen. Like I said, I'm going to line this up in the center, the 1776. I'm going to line that up in the center. I don't know if I'm going to do this bottom border. I don't know if I'm going to do the top border, but I do want to do the top words that say Pride, Independence. I do want to do that. But this is stitched on 28 count Country French Latte. I don't know who that is by. It does not say. But this is how far I got on my lunch break. I love it. I changed up pretty much all the colors, not even gonna lie. I pulled colors that were similar to what were called for, but that I liked more to pop on my fabric. So that's what I've come up with so far. So I've done his entire like shield stomach, and I'm working on the bottom tail because I wanted to go ahead and do figure out the lineup of the 1776 down here and stitch that while I decide if I want to do the border or not. And then I'm gonna have to, you know, like move part of the hoop to each side to do the talons, the legs, the talons, and what he's holding, and then also for the wings and his head and to go up. So I'm still debating on the borders, top and bottom, but other than that, I really like how this is stitching up. It's a pretty quick stitch, and I think it's gorgeous, and yeah, that's that. So that's everything. That's where I was yesterday. That's a little update on the children. Come here. Come here. I figured I would grab her. She's playing with cords. she's gotten a little bit bigger. But she's so cute. Yeah. Yeah. Hi. I will say that she does have a little bit of an ear mite problem, but we're already taking care of that with some medication and some cleaner and stuff, but she's doing really good. Say hellos. Say hello. All right. Can you go play with him and not my computer cords? That would be great. But that's what happened over the weekend, and that's what's going on with the slippers and the stitching and all of that. So we are back to daily videos. Again, thank y'all so much for helping me out with the slippers and for everything else. And I love y'all, and I hope that y'all are having a fantastic week, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.